Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be carrying on with Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. Let's dive in and see where we left things off the last time. We're still doing kind of walking around with Sato and Tsukasa, aren't we? I forget exactly what we're doing. We're wandering around talking to people, I think is the gist. Why don't we start off at the Wakamura residence? Looks like Shitaro ain't home. No one's here right now. We're gonna have this again, aren't we? Think? Eek! Oh, it's just the phones, that scared me. Pick up, I guess. I'll get it. Hello? Welcome... Tsukasa. Hello, Wakamura residence? You one of the Wakamuras? Actually known from the Wakamura family as right now. Would you mind calling back later? Wait, really? Then that means... You must be that immortal girl. Sorry? I'm not sure what you mean. If this is a prank call, I'm hanging up. Something about this tone really irks me. Ah, so this is where you've been hiding. Took me ages to forever to find you. I don't know who this is. Who is this? Aha, my dear Osato, it's been a while. He knows you. It looks like you've got the wrong number. Please double check the number and call again. Whoa, hold it. Don't you hang up on me, you little shit. I know exactly who I'm talking to. That sounds like he actually knows who you are, Sato. I think this might be our chance to get some new info. I've got a really bad feeling about this. So, my dear little Osato, I hear Uncle Kodono's got his eye on you now. You're awfully well informed. Mind telling me who you are? But of all the people out there, it was Uncle Kodono who found out. Damn, that geezer's gonna hunt you to the ends of the hell. Haha. Who the hell are you? Tell me. Oh, you're really fired up. Hang on, wait. You fucking serious? You don't remember me? For real? That's real harsh. After everything we had. All that passionate talk about our future together. Wait, what? Come on, just because I don't remember you doesn't mean you get to start spouting nonsense. You'll know if it's nonsense soon enough. And listen, I'm actually the one trying to help you here, you know? You might want to hear me out. What do you mean? So, this Uncle Kodono? He's a psycho old man funneling cash into researching immortality. If he gets his hands on you, you'll be strapped to a table in his lab while he cuts you open alive. He'll sit there watching as you die and regenerate, all as part of his fucked up experiments. And once you've all healed up, slice and dice again, rinse and repeat, over and over. Sounds fun, huh? That's straight up torture. Even if your body's immortal, the pain is all real. Becoming his sacrificial guinea pig would be nothing but hell on earth. You sure know a lot about this. Well, yeah, that's why you should come to me instead. Doesn't sound so bad now, does it, Osato? Huh? I'll take you into my protection before you're handed over to Uncle Kodono. All you need to do is shut up and do as you're damn told, woman. Oh, hell no. If you think I'd ever grovel to some nameless creep like you, you've got another thing coming. I'll refuse. You'll remember me when we meet, I promise. So here's the deal. Get on today's last ferry to Toba Port. Come alone. Got it? What? Not a chance. I'm right. You ain't going anywhere, would you? Do us both a favour and never contact me again. Oh, come on, is that really how you're going to play it? Listen, if you don't show up when I say, I'll tear through every last dumbass on this island, slice them all to fucking pieces. Sound good to you? Oh, he's the one with that curse, is he? That's what happens when people defy me. No mercy, just punishment. What? So I'll say it once more, my dear Osato. If you don't want this island to be a bloodbath, get on the last ferry. Come to Toba Port, alone. This is your last chance. You get that, right? When you say no mercy, just punishment, what exactly are we talking about, dear? Oh, you know. Have this little curse power, and let's just say it can be pretty fucking potent. Ugh, another curse. I guess I could show it off by cursing every woman on the island, kill them all off, one by one. How's that sound? That way everyone else on the island will see the one girl who doesn't die and, well, Guess your secret's out.
No.
So yeah, better just do as I say. No point fighting it. I've already got an assassin mixed in with the locals. Everything's set.
An assassin mixed in with the locals?
Yep, and they're fucking nuts. Gave them a curse and they were way too thrilled to use it. Dead serious too. Eyes like a psycho killer. You get those sometimes. Natural killers. Pretty sure they already made their move, and unless I call them off, they sure ain't stopping.
Is I being serious?
I'll check with you again after the first body drops, but I really recommend you make the smart choice before then. Anywho, ferry's leaving soon, so tick-tock, my dear Asato. Don't keep me waiting.
Wait. This is bad. You heard all that, right?
Aye, killing people with curses? No way, right?
We came back here thinking Shotaro might be around, but now I think about it, there's a good chance I could run into Mr. Wakamura too. That could get awkward.
Did he have one of those mockingbirds here? I can't remember.
The last ferry leaves in what, less than an hour now? If I don't get on it, the whole island is in trouble.
All that talk about curses and killing people, and we still got no idea who that even was.
I'd like you knew something about your past too. But as far as I can remember, I honestly have no idea who he is. They knew about Uncle Kodono and his research, so they're definitely involved in some way or another.
And maybe it's someone who doesn't get along with Uncle Kodono and wants to steal you away from him.
Makes sense. Trying to help me is probably just a front, so his real goal has got to be something like that.
So maybe he just acted like he knew you to put you at ease.
Could be, but if he really wanted to put me at ease, I don't think he had the right tone.
Aye, that attitude was anything but reassuring. Like, was he actually serious, thinking you'd go along with all that just because he barked it at you?
Not to mention threatening to curse the people on the island to death. It's hard to tell how serious he was.
Well, one thing's clear, he's bad news.
Oh wait, someone's come home.
Well, you came back, Sato.
Maybe I should just go tell Mr. Wakamura exactly what happened.
What's wrong, girl? You look like you seen a ghost.
Well, we just got a strange threatening phone call.
Oh, tell me more. So some nobody we don't even know wants you sent off on the last ferry today.
They said if I don't go, the island will be struck with no mercy, just punishment.
It's just trying to snatch you out from under Uncle Kodono's nose. Always some fools trying to play smart. Pulling a stunt like that wouldn't just get you on Uncle Kodono's bad side. It'd be a hell of a lot worse than that. Ignore that fool's call. You're going to Uncle Kodono tomorrow, like we planned.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I totally should have said something earlier, but I'm totally against this whole sacrifice nonsense. Hey old man, if we can lift that curse the raging waves before tomorrow, then Sato don't have to be offered as a sacrifice, right?
Well, yeah, but if that was possible. But that curse stamped even the finest sorcerer I know. You'd need solid proof it's been broken.
Well, that's fine. That assassin or whatever they were talking about kind of worries me though. Who the heck could it be?
He said they're blending in with the locals. I really hope it's not someone we know.
Wait, what else did he say? Something about an assassin?
They said someone wielding a ghost power is mixed in with the locals and is already proceeding with their plans.
Think it could be true.
I'm most likely bluffing, but I'll have folks look into it just in case. Either way, we nabbed the assassin first. There ain't nothing to worry about. This is my Kimishima. I don't like hearing we've got unknowns mixed in with my people.
Seeing as we're being threatened by a curse, couldn't you ask that sorcerer you trust to help us deal with it?
Not happening. Too short notice. Even just one consultation takes a whole month of back and forth with their manager for an appointment. Not to mention you can't even imagine how much it costs. You don't trouble someone like that over some damn fool's prank call when it's probably just a bluff.
Seriously, they're that big a deal. I guess neither of the two we bumped into yesterday was the sorcerer then.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Yesterday we spoke to a man and a woman in traditional clothes who asked where this place was. They didn't stop by.
Oh, right, yeah. Some shady looking folks came around. They said something about a great storm curse drawing near and told me I should warn everyone to prepare for evacuation.
Wait, so even people from outside ought to know about this curse of the raging waves. Then who exactly were they?
Beats me. Claimed they were with the police or some such, but something smelled fishy to me. They were rambling on about mummies and whatnot. Didn't make a lick of sense. Ain't got time to mess with folks like that. Told them I already knew and had them get lost. Anyone with even the slightest spirit sense can tell the island's affected by a curse right now. They were just scam artists, using that to spout nonsense to squeeze out donations. Bunch of crooked psychics, that's all. Got no time to be dealing with folks like that.
Aye, is that really all it was? Something bad is nagging at me. Is this curse of the raging waves definitely real?
I already told you it's as real as they get.
So, what are you going to do now, old man?
Well, first off, Sardo ain't going nowhere. Stay put to the lost ferry docks back on the mainland.
You sure that's safe?
Curses or not, there's no way anyone's gonna just go around killing off a bunch of people. That just ain't practical. That said, someone sneaking in as an assassin, well, that could happen.
I see.
Even if their curse was just a bluff, they're clearly planning something. Ain't no way I'll let it slide. Threatening not just me, but Uncle Cardano. Oh, they'll regret messing with us. I'll smoke them out myself and have them all confess all their bullshit.
Yikes, he's pissed.
You two stay right here, got it?
He's gone. Spit out like a bullet. So what now? He told us to wait here, but... Well, we don't need to catch the ferry anymore. Still, feels like a waste of time just sitting here. Let's go see if we can find Suyu. Sounds good. If we can find a way to stop the curse of the raging waves, there'd be no reason to sacrifice ye. Let's go. About an hour and a half later. Well, we definitely learned a lot more after speaking with Suyu. Huh? Tsukasa? Ah, damn it. Listen, there's no way I'm letting them sacrifice you. Not for anything. Oh, merci, Tsukasa. Sorry I got so worked up. Don't worry about it. That's just who you are. I guess the last ferry should have reached the mainland by now. Yeah, I think the old man managed to find that assassin. Let's go see what's going on outside. Not like we have much else to do now. Aye. I'm really glad Tsukasa is here with me. I don't think I could have handled all this if I was alone.
Let's move, I suppose. George Street.
Oh look, it's Shotaro. Hey you two, perfect timing. My old man's been stomping around with this wild look on his face, asking people if they've seen anyone suspicious. You two know anything about that? Well, actually, yeah, we do. So I guess he's trying to track down that assassin who's been blending in on the island somewhere. Wow, so people really announce threats like that over the phone. Still, I'm glad the old man didn't take the bait. It was probably the right call. But if it's not just Uncle Cardano's people after you, then we've got a new problem on our hands. There's the sun starting to go down. Maybe that's part of it, but something feels off. Aha. I found 5 mockingbirds. You can now access the mockingbird relationship chart. Yeah, maybe. This so-called assassin's really slipped in among the others, running around blindly like my old man won't get us anywhere. We don't have enough to go on yet, so it's hard to say anything for sure.
But at the very least, I'll be looking for people with regular contact with those off the island.
Right, anyone who rarely leaves the island isn't really a likely suspect. So that means that people like Shatara and me who live off the island most of the time are the most suspicious?
Given the situation, yeah. You know, it's also possible the caller and the assassin are both working for Uncle Cardano.
Wait, why would you think that?
Well, it's possible he either never had the means to lift the curse of the raging waves like he promised, or he never intended to hand it over in the first place.
Oh, I get it. That way you could just get Sato without keeping his end of the bargain. Plus you could also then turn around and pin everything on your old man.
Exactly, sharp as ever, Tsukasa.
Thanks.
Either way, if someone like that really is out there, we need to stay on guard.
Oh, definitely. I'm sorry about missing our meeting today. I was the one who asked and ended up standing you up. Something urgent came up and I couldn't make it.
Ah, that's alright. Well, stuff happens. I'm not mad or anything, but you do it again and I'll kill you. No, I do wish you'd brought it up a little sooner.
Oh, right, sorry.
Mind telling me exactly what happened?
Well, something unexpected came up and kind of threw off my whole schedule.
So you can't say any more than that? You're not even going to tell me what you wanted to talk about?
Oh, well, I can't tell you that either yet, sorry.
Right. Well, whatever. Let's just say you owe me one.
Oh, you won?
Yeah, sometime when I need it, you'll have to do something for me. Oh dear.
Wait, that's not fair. It's not her fault. I'm the one who caused all the problems today. You see, I was actually the one who... Tsukasa, stop. This isn't the time for that. What if I don't, you'll...
Why, why do I feel like I'm the bad guy here? You're the one who didn't show up.
No, you're not the bad guy. It really is my fault. I'm sorry.
No, it's on me. Sato didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, relax. For the sake of your friendship, I'll let it slide. Let's just reschedule for another time. Oh, very good of you, Shitaro.
Right, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Things are a little hectic today. We can talk about that another time. So, about getting you out of the whole sacrifice mess.
We about that.
I've been thinking, maybe it's best if we leave for Tokyo together first thing tomorrow. Lay low for a while. Yeah, I know, it looks like I'm just using this chaos as an excuse, but at this point I don't think I can offer any other options. What do you think?
Well, first off, thanks for thinking it over for me. But would it be okay if I gave it a little more thought?
Ah, sure. But if you take the ferry, my old man will catch on. If you want to go, you'll have to be on a small boat quietly just after dawn. I'll need time to set things up, so I need your answer by tonight.
Okay, well, I'll think it through.
He's very pushy, isn't he?
What's wrong?
Yeah, looks like you could come with something caught in your bangs.
Oh no, how embarrassing.
You always seem so calm and collected, but I guess everyone has their moments.
Where? You want me to take a look? No, it's okay. I've still got that hand mirror on me. So let's take a look. Seratis, is that a feather? Got it, that looks better. What the... What the hell is that?
Is something wrong, Sato?
There's something behind me.
Huh?
What was that? I should check.
Sato, what's wrong? You okay? There's nothing behind you.
I should check behind me. I thought I just did.
Well, how many... I mean... Yeah, I know. Like here? Am I on west? No. Does it mean with the mirror? you want me to look at? Zarte. Huh? Could have sworn it was right around here. There's nothing there. Maybe I imagined it. Ah, shit, that hurts. Uh... Damn it, it hurts, it hurts. Oh, it got straight through me, my insides are on fire. Oh, this is it, isn't it? I just died. Ow, what happened? Oh, Sukasa, I'm sorry, they got me. So this is the power of the curse then, it's real. I saw something for a split second and then it cut me down. Okay, just relax, breathe, nice and slow. This is bad, people are coming over, it's turning into a scene. Oh no, not here, everyone will see. Oh damn it, everyone will know I can heal. What do I do? They're all panicking. No choice, just act dazed and clueless. They'll run away while I can. Okay. Ooh, what we got? Onto Shadow. So we've done everything up to... Oh, no, tell a lie. We have the Arnav stuff to do. Maybe we should catch up with that. Before we head on into new stuff. Arnav Barnum, a cheerful fantasy author, sets off on a trip to visit the mermaid legends of Issa Bay with his relative, Circe Lunalight, as his guide. Let's take a look. After much hustle and bustle, we finally managed to make our way to Issa Bay. Nice. Take it all in now. We're standing on the coast of Nakabeppo in Mie Prefecture's Kawagi town. Which means this is the Sea of Ise, the connection to the eternal world. How amazing. Indeed it is. Come, Circe, henceforth begins our grand adventure in search of the legendary mermaids of Issa Bay. How amazing. I just can't stop saying it. Without further ado, my name is Arnav Barnum, an American-born fantasy author. Please call me Avi. Who are you introducing yourself to, weirdo? Oh, well, I simply thought a new beginning called for a little dramatic flair, you know? Sure. Well, with that out of the way, perhaps my darling guide can provide some insight into the goings-on of this locale. Sure, I've got you covered. Well, this area is now called Nakabeppo. Long ago it was a region of Issa province known as Betsuo. Records indicate that 3 mermaids were caught in a fisherman's net along this coast back in the Heian period. Ah, now that's what I'm talking about. Let's hear more about those mermaids. Well, they had human heads with the mouths of monkeys and the teeth of bodies of fish, and they spoke and even shed tears like humans. Could these be the fish mermaids you mentioned before, Avi? Indubitably. Yes, this must be the place. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Right, I feel the same way. Oh, this is so exciting. That's fine. We've come all this way to a distant foreign land seeking mermaids. Of course, I have my own reasons for trying to locate the mythical creatures, but for now I intend to scour this land in order to learn as much as I can about its lore and legends. Ah, it occurs to me that I never actually explained the particulars of my Issa Bay mermaid excursion to the girl. No matter, it's nothing of consequence really, so I'll just introduce my reasons a bit at a time. Alright, well this does kind of go into his background a little bit. So, let's see. He's 40. Author, occult journalist, nicknamed Avi, whose books are published in both America and England, but don't sell very well. Unmarried. Notable works include The Fiend of Ringit and The Solar Crow, Hermod's Travels, and Bon Appetit, the Phantom Gourmand series. Although a grown man, he still has a certain naive boyishness to him, most evident in his passion for romantic tales and appetite for chasing his dreams. However, this also comes with an equivalent amount of immaturity, making him somewhat troublesome to deal with. He believes that most any circumstance he finds himself in will sort itself out, an optimistic creed that often sees him casually throwing himself into difficult situations, and he remains impressively unbothered even on those occasions he does find himself in trouble, often managing to slip out of danger with nary a dent in his usual carefree attitude. That he's made it this far unscathed is largely owed to sheer luck, although he remains blissfully unaware of this. He is currently in Japan seeking mermaid flesh, which is believed to grant immortality. His reason is simple: a fascination with the occult, a pursuit he feels is worthy of devoting his entire life to. Indeed, he is primarily driven by his pursuit of romantic ideals. If he finds something suitably inspiring, he will readily risk his life for it, and is willing to change his views just as quickly for the same. Avi's interest in the occult was born when he discovered his great-grandmother's vast collection of mysterious occult artifacts in the storage of his family home in America. Among them was a mermaid mummy, which yielded a mysterious map when taken apart, a discovery which captivated his imagination and led to his current quest. This great-grandmother happened to be a relative of the main Lunarlight family in England, albeit one who had chosen not to succeed the family estate. After discovering this through independent research into his lineage, Avi made contact with the Lunarlight family and continues to maintain a secret correspondence with them to this day.
The endless expanse of the Issa Sea, the eternal world, may lie just beyond this horizon. After all, Issa Province is the land where they repair the waves from the eternal world.
The eternal world is purported to be a perpetual paradise, a separate plane from the world we live in, right? Could it be that mermaids hail from such a place? I'll go all the way around. This young lady is a distant relative of mine, the third daughter of the Lunarlight family. The Lunarlights have been in the business of demonic exorcism in England for several generations now. As such, young Circe has received education on this rare subject from a young age and is now an apprentice, or exorcist. In order to continue her training, or more likely simply because of her interest in the area, Circe has come to Japan to study abroad. Upon hearing such news, I sought to employ her as my guide for this mermaid hunting exhibition to Issa Bay. She is apparently quite fond of Japanese myths and folktales, and has already explored a number of areas concerned with the occult. Interested in visiting Mia Prefecture at least once during her stay, she immediately agreed to my request. Alright, there's a lot about her as well, so let's have a look at what Circe can do. So as we know, she's 15, a young exorcist from England, apparently currently on exchange in Japan. Possessed of a bold and willful nature, she harbours an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. She is quick to involve herself in anything that interests her, not stopping until her curiosity has been completely sated. Although she can be fairly blunt, she shows a naivety appropriate to her age around those she's comfortable with, and is not above the occasional prank. Circe is the third daughter of Chiara Lunarlight, the current head of the matrilineal Lunarlight family, a long line of exorcists based in England. Along with her two older sisters, she has received a specialised education in exorcism ever since she was a child, and is currently in training as an apprentice. As the beings known as demons in the West ultimately share the same root cause as harmful supernatural phenomena in the East, the spirits of the dead, strong thoughts and curses, what she does as an exorcist is fundamentally the same as what Japanese psychics do, with only the methods and terminology differing. Primary abilities: guardian spirits. The ability to call upon the numerous guardian spirits of the Lunarlight family, and invoke their powers to exorcise spirits and negate certain psychic abilities. Shikigami, the ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into a butterfly, which will return to the individual in question. Although she does not have to be the one who wrote the name, it must be Circe who cast the spell on the paper. Dowsing, the ability to use a pendulum to search for a target based on what the user can sense of their spiritual power. The effective distance of the spell depends on the strength of the target's spiritual power. Although she is supposed to be in the care of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, a confidential Japanese institute. During her time in Japan, Cersei has been spending more time traveling around the country sightseeing than working through her training curriculum. The supervisor in charge of her training has all but given up on trying to manage her as a result, resolving to keep an eye on her but otherwise not interfere. As such, she's afforded a relatively high level of freedom. Cersei is an ardent fan of Mio Kurosuzu, a girl with potent spirit sense and her senior in the industry in Japan. I think was Mio not in the first game as well? I think she was. It's been 3 years since I played it, so I can't remember all the names. She harbours both a strong admiration and strong feelings of rivalry towards her in equal measure, and it is not uncommon for her to end up a babbling mess when the topic turns to the other girl. She treasures the photograph she had taken with Mio upon first meeting her in Tokyo, and keeps it with her at all times.
Kawagi Town might be located right next to Mie Prefecture's modern capital, Sud City, but there's something you have to keep in mind. This was also the birthplace of the Heike, a branch of the Heian period's preeminent Taira clan. If you're going to talk about Issa province, then you absolutely have to mention the Heike.
I do have a passing understanding of the topic. The Heike took part in the Genpei War, correct?
That's right. That was the war in the Heian period where two great samurai families, the Minamoto and the Taira, locked horns and really got into it. Among the Heike, Taira no Kiyomori was a particularly famous figure who appears in many creative works concerning the event. His father, Taira no Tadamori, was the one who was responsible for securing the Heike's high social standing.
Ah, so Tadamori was Kiyomori's father, right? With names like that, how can anyone hope to keep them straight?
Well, that's history for you. I'm afraid you just have to memorize them.
I suppose you're right about that. Then memorize them I shall.
Apparently, Tadamori was born in Sioux City in a place called Ubushina.
Ah, so that's why they call this area the birthplace of the Heike.
Okay. This is the metropolitan centre of Mie and a locus of historical events. I guess that makes it the perfect place to start a new journey.
Can we get back to those mermaids you mentioned? What became of the 3 that were caught in the fishing nets?
Well, at that time, the lord of the area was Taira no Taramori. You didn't already forget about him, did you? Well, the fisherman thought the mermaids were a fascinating find, so he placed 2 of them into boxes and presented them to Taramori.
Oh, Lord Tadamori must have been well pleased by that. How could he not be? It was known that eating the flesh of a mermaid grants eternal life.
Actually, Taramori evidently said they were disturbing and gross and refused to accept them.
Oh, what a waste.
However, the fisherman cut up the remaining mermaid and ate it himself.
So, what happened to him?
Well, the fisherman said it was pretty tasty.
Well now, tasty was it?
That's all I've got.
That's it?
There's a lack of find in existing records.
Oh, well, then the act of eating a mermaid's flesh alone may not produce any results. I suppose then there may be other requisite conditions, wouldn't you say?
Well, considering the sheer number of eyewitness reports concerning mermaids, it is odd that there aren't more immortals walking around. There don't seem to be any records about what happened to the mermaids that Taramori refused to accept. I suppose it's possible someone in the Heike clan snuck off with him.
Ah, now that's a hypothesis I can get behind.
I put together an assortment of files concerning the Heike, so feel free to give them a look if you're interested.
Ah, you have my heartfelt gratitude. Let's read the bits. This might be a new bit, I think with the other stuff we've seen before. The Mermaids of Betsuho. One time when Tadamori was visiting Betsuho in Issa province, 3 creatures with the heads of humans, the lips of monkeys, and the teeth and bodies of fish were caught in the local fishermen's nets. Dubbing these creatures Ningyo, the original Japanese word for mermaids, the fishermen put 2 of them in a box that had washed up with them and presented them to Tadamori. However, Tadamori was unnerved by their appearance and refused to accept them. It is said that the remaining mermaid was cut up and eaten by the fishermen, who found them to be delicious.
Oh, there's one thing I should warn you about, though.
Oh?
This group sometimes gets referred to as Issa Taira as well, which might make things a little confusing. I'll go ahead and label it as all as Heike.
Ah, does it really matter? Aren't they basically the same thing?
Well, Not exactly. You see, the term Aisatara refers to the Taira clan as a whole because it originated in Issa. On the other hand, people generally refer to their family within the clan that included Tadamori and Kiyomori simply as the Heike. Their family features prominently in the stories we're interested in, so I'll use Heike most of the time. Plus, it's got a nice ring to it.
Either way works for me, so do as you like.
The tale of Heike also used Heike.
You're awfully particular about this, but I rather like that kind of fastidiousness. But then, would such mermaids be so easily trapped by simple fishing nets? I thought them more cunning than that, but perhaps these fish mermaids are, in fact, nothing more than simple sea creatures.
Anyway, after a number of events, the Heike would go on to lose at the Battle of Dan no Ura and be completely eradicated.
I believe I know this one. Dan no Ura is found in Kyushu, is it not?
Bingo. The clan was chased out of Kyoto and pushed further and further west until they were eventually wiped out there.
It pains me to think of such resplendently glorious clan meeting, such an ignominious end. More's the pity.
That's why the Heike's resentment is particularly strong, and many remnants of it remain even today. Shrines and monuments have even been erected throughout the land in an attempt to quell that resentment.
And now we reach your particular field of expertise.
Because the clan fell from such an exalted position so abruptly, that resentment is exceptionally persistent and quite pervasive.
Got a bit Scottish there.
That said, famous places related to people like Taira no Kiyomori are well attended by worshippers, so they're relatively stable. It's the puffed up and pretentious Heike clan members that no one even remembers who caused the most trouble.
I seem to recall a number of individuals going so far as to claim that those outside the clan would not even be considered human. But if that's the case, are we really safe here? You don't think we might find ourselves assailed by these lingering grudges?
Well, much of Issa province is protected by shrines and the area is suffused with spiritual energy, so we're probably safer here than most places. Well, that's just the land itself. Objects or people that the resentment has seeped into are a different story altogether.
Oh, well, that's somewhat troubling to hear.
Well, either way you look at it, this region's still home to many places and things associated with the Heike.
Excellent. I believe I've gotten a grasp of the situation at hand. It's time we made our way to the next locale. We're on the clock after all.
Aye, let's get to it.
I guess we're going somewhere.
Arno Town.
Well, it would seem we've arrived. Where are we now, Cersei?
Oh, this is an area in Arno Town known as Kusawa. Kusawa was quite famous because of the Yao Bakuni legend. I'd be surprised if there was anyone who hasn't heard of it.
I'm sorry to say I've never heard of it.
What? Really?
Come now, don't act so shocked. You can't expect me to know every little thing, and besides, I'm not even from this country. The very reason I requested you to be my guide was so you could teach me about things like this.
I guess that's true. Okay, well, I understand.
I'll be counting on your explanations. Arno Town, okay.
The fabled beauty of the serene Japanese countryside. It really is charming.
Oh yes, the incessant chirruping of locusts combined with unrelenting heat. This is Japanese summer, all right.
It's fascinating to think that such a peaceful place could be home to such profound historical events. I'm practically jittering with excitement.
I can see that. Well, let's try to keep a cool head, shall we? What's down there? Some sort of shrine?
This shrine is apparently dedicated to Sugawara no Mishizani. We should go pay our respects before we leave.
I remember that name. I think it's from the previous game, or is it Dissolutions, Urban Myth Dissolution Center? I'm not sure. I've definitely heard that name before though. Hello. Mockingbird number 16. So how many of these things have I got now? 6 out of 20. Okay. Ooh. One on the seabed. Okay. Definitely missed some. If Yao Bikuni really did exist, I wonder what sort of life she led. Can't begin to imagine what it would be like to live for hundreds of years.
The legend of Yao Bikuni originated here in Kusawa Ano town. Long, long ago, a 17-year-old girl named Asato lived in this village. She unknowingly ingested the meat of a mermaid that was served during a village gathering and became immortal. After subsequently being persecuted by the other villagers, she became a nun and made a pilgrimage around the entire country. At the end of the story, she eventually returned to this village and lived out the rest of her very long life.
Tales told in other parts of the country play out in almost exactly the same fashion.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, I'll read this out because this seems like this is referring to Sato. The tale of Yao Bikuni, a fully ordained Buddhist nun who acquired preternatural longevity after eating the flesh of a mermaid, can be found in almost every region of Japan. Although the exact details vary greatly between regions, they all share the same fundamental element. A girl who ate mermaid flesh lived for 800 years. The Yao Bikuni legend passed down in Mie Prefecture is as follows. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl by the name of Asato lived in Kusawa village. One day, when Asato was 17, the flesh of a mermaid was served at a village gathering. The other villagers, disturbed at the thought of eating such a strange creature, refused to eat it, but Asato unknowingly ate the mermaid's flesh. From that moment on, Asato didn't age a day. Shunned by the other villagers and treated as a monster, she was eventually forced to leave the village. Becoming a nun, Asato travelled the length and breadth of Japan for hundreds of years, before eventually returning to Kusawa village, where her long life at last came to an end. As far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could be considered a guardian of sorts. Even so, I often find myself caught up in her pace and completely thrown off guard. If anyone should be shaking things up around here, it ought to be me.
The legend of Yao Bikuni, the girl who ate the flesh of the mermaid and lived for 800 years, has been passed down all over Japan. Not only here in Mie Prefecture's Ano town, but in Fukui, Aichi and Gifu prefectures as well. In total, the story's been found in 121 locations in 28 prefectures throughout the country. Or at least that's what certain research has indicated.
Doesn't that seem like a lot? Were there really that many different Yao Bikunis out there?
Well, obviously not. Not all of the legends can be true. But I actually have a theory on the subject. Would you like to hear it?
By all means.
Most of the legends are referred to a woman who stopped aging and lived for 800 years after consuming the meat of a mermaid. At that point, because others would find it strange that she wasn't getting any older, she wasn't able to live in normal society anymore.
I suppose that would be natural. It would explain why she withdrew from the world and became a nun.
Exactly. And that's how she got the name Yao Bikuni, the 800-year-old Bikuni nun. With 800 years on her hands, she could have easily made a pilgrimage around the entire country.
Well, how interesting. Buddhist priests are known for trekking throughout the land as a form of ascetic training.
And if we consider the 121 locations where the legend was found, with 800 years to spare, she could have spent 6 years at each location. 6 years would certainly be enough time for her to make a name for herself in each and every location, right?
Oh, my dear, I believe I see what you're getting at. Your theory posits that the stories of Yao Bikuni that have been passed down in every corner of the country all refer to the exact same individual.
Well, it might be a bit much to say that all of them are the same. There might have been a few different people. But it's more convincing than the theory that there are 121 people. I also think the Yao Bikuni of Wakasa province is the most likely origin of the legend.
I wonder. Don't all the different instances of the story throughout Japan also claim that particular location as her place of final rest?
Well, that may be true, but I assume that each of those different places wanted to have a grave of some other tangible marker to base the legend on. But with so many people that are purported to have lived for 800 years all died around the same time, it seems pretty unlikely.
Then you believe that some of the tales were embellished somewhat?
Oh, well, that sort of thing happens all the time. Legends are always mixtures of truth and fantasy. Moreover, it doesn't make sense that every single immortal would decide to become a nun. There were likely some places that simply believed Yao Bikuni was the term for an immortal.
Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said Amma be a none of that, and became an Amma diver. Badum-tis!
Well, that's actually pretty insightful. Many legends based on simple semantic misunderstandings.
Oh, now wait a minute. I won't stand here and let my dumb joke actually become a salient point of discussion.
Oh, let's drop it then.
Ah, but still, if one were to somehow live for 800 years, a person that became immortal after their Kamakura period could still be alive today.
True. And if so, I'd love to sit them down for a long chat.
If Yao oh, we already did that. Can Kusawa's legend of Yaobakuni really be true? There must be falsehoods and fictions mixed into the tale, surely.
Who knows? Issa province isn't that far from Wakasa province after all. She may have simply walked here from there. The fact that the stories from each different area are so similar does make me wonder if they didn't get mixed together somehow.
Ah, you think the legend may be an amalgamation of stories from various locations?
Well, exactly. But then again...
Then again?
Well, the immortal in the story from this location has her own name, which gives the legend a certain verisimilitude.
Indeed it does.
I guess we can assume that a girl with that name really did live here long ago. And something must have happened to make people believe she'd become immortal. It's reasonable to assume the story then got mixed up with various legends of Yaobakuni from around the country before being passed down.
Of course, the exact timing of the events is still unclear, but that does present an interesting possibility. She could very well be still living in this village. Wouldn't that be a compelling development?
Oh, leave it to an occult writer to think of something like that.
That's right, you're seeing the prodigious imaginative power of a fantasy author in action.
Yeah, it's really something. But the fact of the matter is that almost no traces of Yaobakuni remain in the village. Even her grave, which is referred to as Lady Yo's tomb, has never been located.
But then, did we come all this way for nothing?
Well, it might not have a direct connection, but there is something one should always consider when discussing Issa. The Tales of Issa, have you heard of it? It's the oldest extant collection of Japanese verse, compiled sometime during the Heian period.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it. But I have heard of the tale of the Genji and the tale of Heiki. Is it anything like those?
Well, those were also stories written during the Heian period. Well, that's where the similarities end. Nice try, though.
They sound similar enough, anyway.
Ah, don't worry. I'm not an expert on the subject either. Basically, this collection of verse elaborates on a number of waka poems by giving accounts of the events surrounding each one. The entire collection of 125 passages is referred to as the Tales of Issa. That's easy enough to remember, right?
Now, the Tales of Issa is a collection of short stories. Check.
Ah, one more thing. The title might be the Tales of Issa, but the content isn't all that focused on the actual area.
What's this now? Are they intentionally attempting to confuse and bewilder us?
Well, some believe that the title comes from the fact that Passage 69 is set in Issa province. At any rate, I just thought I should bring it up, because it does have at least a slight bearing on the topic at hand. If you're keen to learn more, I'll add more detailed information in the files.
Ah, why thank you. I'll be sure to read through them later. Yeah, definitely.
There is some other thing we can learn from the Tales of Issa. Adding the tale up to a book really classes things up. You should keep that in mind. It was apparently all the rage done in the Heian period.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. My next work is certainly going to be a tale of. Well then, I suppose that brings this particular subject to a close. On to the next. No rest for the wicked, I say. Time to tackle the next mermaid myth.
Sure.
Futami Magura. So that's where the mermaid at the beginning was found out, right? I think. And here we find our next subject of inquiry. What place might this be, my dear?
Oh, this is Futamigura, the coastline that lies beside Futami town. It's just over from Issa City.
Ah, then we've finally penetrated the outskirts of Issa City proper. Things are certainly beginning to heat up. I infer that Issa City was the prefectural capital from the fact that Mia Prefecture was once known as Issa Province. Not bad, eh?
Ah, well, I can understand how you'd arrive at that conclusion. But the truth is, Mia Prefecture is composed of 4 separate provinces, Issa, Shima, Iga, and Ki.
Ah, is that so?
But that doesn't change the fact that Issa City is regarded as the spiritual capital of Japan, making it a very important location.
Ah, very interesting. But the sun has already begun its steady descent, so perhaps we should pick up the pace a bit. Talk about surroundings?
Futamagura's Sea is famously said to purify the body, so many visitors to the Issa Shrine come here as well. The scenic beauty of the locations even featured in poems from antiquity.
Ah, it certainly is easy on the eyes. The strands of pine trees along the shore make for quite the striking image. To make it even better, the embankment we're standing on offers a 360-degree view of Issa Bay. It makes you want to go out to the very edge to take it all in.
It really does. Being surrounded by the bay like this is such an enchanting feeling. What a breathtaking view.
Are there any strange little birds? Doesn't seem like it. So, does this place have any legends featuring mermaids?
It does. A record called the Kagenki was written by people at Horijui Temple after the Kamakura period. In that record, there are a total of 6 instances of information concerning mermaids.
6A? Well, that's certainly promising.
One of those entries describes a sighting here in Futami, Issa Province on April 3rd during the second year of the Enbun era, which would be 1357.
So they even note the exact date. How fortuitous.
The passage is as follows. From the sea of Futami in Issa Province came Enmeiju, delivering perpetuity.
Ah, so exactly what does that mean?
But my guess is that a mermaid was spotted in the sea by Futami and it was named Enmeiju, meaning health and long life because it granted longevity.
Ah, it granted longevity, did it? Finally, we're getting to the good stuff.
Yeah, is there another account relating mermaids to Yaobakuni? It seems the idea of mermaids granting immortality had already been established at that time.
Indeed, and now we even have a name. So, what sort of mermaid was this, and what became of it?
No clue.
Again with the vague records, these people write down the appearance of some fantastical creature, and then just let it wander off.
I haven't personally gone over every bit of research on the matter, but I can't speculate on an answer. Records of mermaids in other places also often refer to them by name. In fact, it may not even have been all that uncommon for the people in the area to encounter them when these records were written.
Ah, let me see if I follow your meaning. The same mermaid would appear repeatedly, leading people in the area to grow accustomed to it. Am I on the right track?
Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't bother giving a name to something you only saw once after all. These people may have even come to a kind of rapport with the mermaids. At the very least, it doesn't appear as though they were trying to capture any.
Ah, mermaids that people didn't want to capture. Then they weren't seeking its flesh. Perhaps there was a way of obtaining immortality even without the meat.
Or maybe mermaid meat really was just tasty and nothing more. And if that were the case, then it makes perfect sense that they'd view the mermaid as a divine creature.
Ah, so they treated it as an auspicious being that blessed others with long life. You may be onto something there. The mermaid has taken on quite a different appearance in modern folktales.
This makes me think of that theory you mentioned about how there might be 2 different kinds of mermaids.
Oh, you remembered. Well, I stand by my theory. There's the fish mermaid, which looks more like an aquatic monster or beastie. And the human mermaid, which resembles a demi-human or nymph.
Indeed, that's the simplest way to describe it anyhow. Assuming the mermaid in question had a name, formed relations with the humans and granted longevity. It stands to reason it was of the human mermaid variety.
You have a point. The mermaids we've encountered thus far have all been caught in nets and appeared to be more like fish mermaids.
It seems more likely then that the mermaids who grant longevity are actually these human mermaids.
Interesting. Well, that in turn would suggest... My word. Would this mean that one can become immortal without eating their flesh?
Well, I'm not sure. There are countless legends that reference the need to consume their flesh. But I can't help but feel like there's more to it. If human mermaids are capable of communicating with us, I'd really like to speak to one.
Agreed. Ah, speaking of which, this is entirely unrelated, but there's something I've been wondering. Do you mind?
What? But our conversation was just getting good.
Protest all you like, but I shall ask anyway. On our way here, I noticed a certain something adorning the entrance to everyone's houses. What was it?
Oh, right, those. Those are Seven Mysteries talismans.
Seven Mysteries.
Yeah, although in most of Japan they're usually only hung up around the New Year, but here in the Isatobashima region, they're traditionally left up all year long.
Interesting.
I can add more detailed information to the files for you later.
Yeah, I'm alright. What is it? What? What is it? You're making me antsy. Come on, now, Cersei, you've realized something about those Seven Mysteries, didn't you? You must share.
No, nothing like that. It just made me think about how close this area is to the eternal world.
Is it? What does that mean?
Well, I suppose you haven't looked into the files yet, but regarding the Seven Mysteries, its origin goes back to a legend about the deity Gozu Tenno, who was courting the princess of Ryugu.
Ryugu, you say?
Aye, that's right. Ryugu's is close to this place. In other words, that places it very close to the eternal world. Yes, and furthermore, Gozu Tenno was also the guardian deity of the Gion Shoujo temple. The very same Gion Shoujo who gets mentioned in our good old friend the Tale of Heike.
So it is. What was it again? From the bells of the Gion Shoujo echoes out the impermanence of all things. Right? It sounds so cool that even I memorized it. I haven't got a clue what it means, though.
Yeah, that's the one. As for its meaning, well, you can look it up yourself.
Fine. So what you're saying is, Isashima is a land with deep ties to both Ryugu and the Heike, and that is exactly why the Seven Mysteries tradition is so well established here.
That reminds me. There's something about Ryugu's princess that keeps bothering me as well.
She certainly is mysterious,
That reminds me about Futamagura.
Dear me, how time flies when listening to your lectures, Cersei. The sun has already gone down.
I suppose I got carried away, sorry.
Well, if that results in such a lovely view of the sea at night, I'll not complain.
You're right. Just look at all those stars.
But look, the heavens are entirely enveloped in a shower of dazzling pinpricks of light. What a sight to behold. Would you happen to be versed in constellations, Cersei?
Well, I've dabbled a bit in astrology, so I guess I know a thing or two.
Excellent. Do tell.
Oh, hang on.
Stars speckle the sky as far as the eye can see. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, but if we really let time get away from us, look how dark it's gotten.
Without the light from the stars above, we'd be lost in pitch darkness.
Well, if we consider the constellations you can see in Japan during summer, the first one that comes to mind is the Summer Triangle. It's an easy one to find.
Triangle, hey? Then I presume it is made up of 3 stars.
Correct. Vega in the constellation Lyra, Deneb in the constellation Cygnus, and Altair in the constellation Aquila. This trio of bright stars can be observed close to the Milky Way in this season.
What? I want to see. How do we go about identifying them?
Well, first, low in the southwestern portion of the sky, look for a star that glows red, Antares of the Scorpio constellation.
Southwest, you say? That would mean facing inland and looking to the right.
Okay, we'll try to find a red star low in the sky and point to it.
Alright, let's try that. I think I saw one. It's going to be this one. Wait, I do believe I found it. The star just there with the reddish tint. That must be Antares, yes?
Correct. That is indeed Antares, the brightest star in the Scorpio constellation.
Aha, I found it all by myself. Why, I'd make quite the celestial cartographer if I do say so myself.
Hate to rain on your parade, but you were supposed to be looking for a star in the summit triangle, so please try again.
Gads, that's right.
Why not try looking straight up for Antares? I bet you'll find Vega at the sky zenith. Give it a shot.
Alright, I think I see... Ah, it's probably this one, right? Eureka! I've spotted it.
Oh, that's Altair, one of the 3 stars in the summit triangle. Part of the Aquila constellation, Altair is also known in Japan as Hikoboshi for its role in the Tanabata Star Festival.
Then that must mean the Orihime star will be on the opposite side of the Milky Way.
Exactly right. Can you figure out which one it is? There's still another star in the summit triangle to find. It might be hard to see because of the angle, though.
Right you are. It certainly is a bit tricky to see something directly above you. It's these 3, right? That must be it.
Bingo. That's Vega, one of the 3 stars in the summit triangle. In Japan, Vega is also called the Orihime star and is famous for its connection to the Tanabata Star Festival.
Oh, that means I've managed to spot both Orihime and Hikoboshi. It's as if I've drawn the true star-crossed lovers together with my own hand. How overjoyed they must be.
Yeah, nice work. Didn't expect you to be such a romantic. One of the other stars in the summit triangle's in the same area. See if you can find it.
I think I've already seen it. It's this one. If my eye is as discerning as I believe it to be, well, that's the one.
Oh, nice find. There's Deneb, one of the 3 stars in the summit triangle. Deneb lies within the Milky Way, which earns it the nickname the Milky Way Star.
It does indeed appear to be swimming nicely along in that starry stream. There, I've located all 3 stars of the summer triangle. How do you like that?
Good work. Now you've mastered the summer skies. Should I start addressing you as Professor?
That's me. Feel free to rely on my knowledge.
Alright then. Well, tell me, what's another name for the star Hikoboshi?
Altair, right?
That's right. Well done, Professor.
Phew, I mean nothing to it. Regardless, we've seen all there is to see here in Fumitagura. I'd even go so far as to call this a wrap. I think that covers all the mermaid legends for Mia Prefecture, but is there anywhere else here you'd be keen to visit, Cersei?
What? We've not even visited Issa's shrine yet. If you ask me, we've barely scratched the surface.
Ah, you've got a point there, but it's getting late, so let's save that for tomorrow, shall we?
All right.
The next day. All right, but I think we'll leave it there for now. We'll head into Mount Asama, accompanied by Avi and Cersei in the next episode. But thanks you very much. I'll try again. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that'd be awesome. Do leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you think about the game so far, the story, the whole mermaid mythology thing. I mean, I'm guessing everything is kind of based on at least the real myths and folklore and stuff. So if you have any more understanding of that or prior knowledge of it that you could share, that's always very interesting to hear as well. And the areas that we're visiting as well. I don't really know an awful lot about Japanese culture and places and the history and folklore there. So I think in the previous series, various people would sort of share some insights into that was always very interesting. So yeah, anything like that would be awesome. And thank you as well to our channel members for continuing to support Boring Dead Gaming as well. Hugely appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in, seeing my videos a little bit ahead of time, maybe want to check out channel memberships, that'd be fantastic as well. But thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.